Hey, good day, good day, good day. Super, super excited. How are you doing? You're welcome to Money Matters Conference Masterclass every third Saturday of every month. And I'm excited to be here with you today. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you're joining from. Can I get to know where you're joining from? Thank you so much for jumping on. How are you doing? Super, super excited. My name is Mayowa Owolabi. I'm a finance coach and I welcome you all to this amazing session today. Money Matters Masterclass. Really pumped up about what we have for you today. Get your note, get your pen, and what you want to do right now is to make sure you share the link to help other people see this training because they need it. They need it. Everybody needs it. Everyone needs this. So if you need this, if you know anyone that needs this, please share. Please share. Get your note, get your pen. Get your note, get your pen. Get your note, get your pen. By the way, tell me where you're joining from. I'm sharing. By the way, tell us where you're joining from. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. You're welcome to Money Matters Masterclass, where we train every Saturday, every third Saturday, pardon. Good afternoon, good morning. Hey, Afolabi. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, my brother. Joining from Lagos. Fantastic. Good to have you all on. Good to have you on. So let's share. Let's share. Thank you for liking. Thank you for liking. Share. People need this info, this training. I'm posting right now. Hey, Mayoksal TV. Good afternoon. I'm Samuel from Ikorodu. Good to have you on, Samuel. Trust you're good today. Hey, Sammy Moulton, joining from Badagry. How you doing today, Sammy? You're welcome. Last month was amazing. Last month we spoke about why people don't have money, why you don't have enough money. That was our topic last month, and we broke it down. We shared some deep stuffs. We shared some amazing revelation. We shared so much knowledge last month, and I can guarantee you today again that you are going to be learning another deep stuff right now. So I beg you to make sure you share so that other people, I'm sharing, that's what I'm doing right now. We have to help other people succeed. That's the least you want to do to people. Share good knowledge to them. Share it on your WhatsApp groups. Share it on your WhatsApp groups. Share it on the various WhatsApp groups. Good. So thank you for joining, Sammy. Who where are you guys joining from? Introduce yourself. Is this your first time on this channel? Let us know if this is your first time on this channel. I'm excited to welcome you to Money Matters Masterclass with Mayo Wolabi. This is our third Saturday of every month session where I come and encourage you, motivate you, inspire you to take the action towards your finances and your personal development. I strongly believe that if you have access to the right knowledge, if you have access to the right information, you will do well, you will perform well. And that is why I keep on showing up, because somebody outside there need this training. And once again, I want to welcome you again. Thank you so much for joining. If this is your first time, let me know. Let's increase the number of likes. Let's increase the number of shares. Hey, Lucky Apokili, good to have you from Delta. How is Delta? There's a man I'm following currently. His name is Apoki, Reverend Apoki. He's also from Delta. So when I said Apokili, I remember the man. How you doing? He's amazing, Reverend. A lot of wisdom. Good to have you on, Lucky Apokili. How you doing today? Super pumped up, guys. Super pumped up. So what we have today, the title of this month's episode is Understanding the Power of Compounding. Understanding the power of compounding. Understanding the power of compounding. So imagine planting a tiny seed as small as a mustard seed in your garden. At first, it's just like a sprout, barely noticeable. But over time, you will discover that as you keep putting water, as it keeps getting exposed to sunshine, it grows into a towering tree, providing shade, number one, providing fruit, number two, and beauty. So whenever you talk about wealth gives you wealth is like a tree. It provides you shade where you can stay as shelter. It provides you fruit, which is money that you are going to spend, and it provides you beauty, which is excitement. So I always tell people that when we talk about compounding, it is the main component of wealth creation. So when this seed starts growing, as a matter of fact, it is said that those who don't understand farming, who don't understand agriculture, they make jest of people who are in it. Now, the magic of compounding is small time, is starting small. With time, it grows to become big. And that is the same thing that happens whenever you talk about wealth. So it's like a snowball that is rolling down a hill, picking up speed and size as it grows up. So this is how powerful compounding is. So whether it is saving of money or investing wisely, understanding the power of compounding is like discovering a secret superpower that can turn your financial dreams into reality, one step at a time. So everybody listening to me, write this in capital letter, one step at a time. Then be consistent. I was sharing somewhere and I told them, I said, you will never know the power of a drop of water when you start, but give it time. Over the next 2 months, over the next 6 months, you realize that that drop of water can turn into a stream. That drop of water can turn into an ocean. That drop of water can turn into a bucket of water. That drop of water can turn into anything without limit. So let's go today and let's get started. I'm really pumped up about this topic. Like I said, if you're just getting access to this training, what you want to do is everyone around you, you want to make sure they go through this training with you, because this is what separates the rich from the wealthy. I did not say the poor from the rich. This is what separates the rich from the wealthy. A lot of the rich people, they keep on making money, but the wealthy people leverage on compounding. The wealthy people leverage on compounding. So as you listen to this video, you want to make sure you share, you want to make sure you help other people have access to it, because they must not fail. You know, last month I was sharing with you, I said that if you are the only one making money amidst your friends, that means that you are exposing yourself to a future challenge, because you are exposing yourself to a future challenge, because as you are the only one that is making money, other people will be dragging you down. And I don't want other people to drag you down, guys. I don't want other people to drag you down. I want you to move also. I want you to move. I want you to be deliberate, because you have all it takes. You have all it takes. You have to move. You have all it takes to move, and you must move. So understanding the component, understanding the power of compounding has a lot to do with what you want to achieve and when you want to achieve it. When you want to achieve and how you want to achieve it. Ibukun says, thank you so much, coach. Great coach. Great man, great knowledge. You are really blessed. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you. So, guys, let's go deeper. What am I sharing with you today? Why is this training very, very important? It is very, very important because you will be able to understand the concept, the base. From compounding, because I want you to benefit from compounding. Now, you're also going to be we're going to be exploring together the real life examples of compounding in action. So get your note, get your pen, and let's go deeper into this. So what is compounding, Mr. Mayowa? Compounding refers Compounding refers to the process where the value of an investment increases because the earning of on an asset such as interest, dividend. Compounding refers to the process where the value of an investment, your investment is $10, increases because of the earnings that you are going to be making on an asset. So it means that before you can make or leverage on compounding, there must be an asset. Type in your name and type in what is my assets. Type in your name and type in what is my asset. So stop talk. If you do not have asset, don't talk about compounding. So it means the foundation for the component called compounding is that you must have assets. And when you have this asset, the interest, the dividend that you make on that money, you reinvest it to generate more money. Now, let's say, for example, you bought a land and you gave out the land for a lease. So an average land here in Nigeria in a good location is about 50 million to 100, let's say between 30 million to 100 million. So you buy this land for 30 million, then in a good location, then you look for someone who has an event who has an event planning organization, who is into event planning, you can lease that land for that event planner. So what you tell the event planner is you can lease out this place, put in a canopy, bring in all of those things, and you can make money from it. So what you now do is, as you make money on this land that you have bought, you are not spending it. You now reinvest it on the same land. What do you do again on it? You can fence it. You can put a gate in front of it, for example. You can now begin to put in other things on that same land that will increase the value of the land, or you begin to save it to buy another land. So it is first an asset. It is first that you must first have a what? You must first have an asset. So if there is no asset, then you're missing out. So compounding is key, but I can guarantee you that it is more better when you have a structured asset in place. Now, the result of compounding gives you exponential growth. Don't ever envy someone's growth. Ask question. Oh, who got that right there? Don't ever argue someone's growth. So there is a comic that I listened to. You don't know how you are questioning my wealth. When I was poor, did you question my poverty? Okay, so apparently a lot of people always wish that they can get exponential growth, or they can grow that which they've started. But I can tell you for free today that one of the components that helps you to achieve exponential growth is that you are heavily invested in an asset that can give you a compounding projection. So as an investor, as an investment, you keep any return both on your initial deposits or initial principal and the accumulated interest or return on the previous period. So I'll say that again. So you bought an let's say you bought an asset, you bought Apple, for example, and at the end of the first month, Apple stocks gives you 3%. You have an option to withdraw the 3%, and you have an option to leave, to pull in, to let the 3% stay. Now, when you pull out the 3% of your profit, what you have done is that you are only taking in your interest, which is your profit. But when you leave the interest, which is your profit there, it means that you are giving the system an opportunity to grow faster. So I have one of my investment assets that I started less than $1,000 some time ago. And guess what? Because I understood the component called compounding, I left that money there. Currently, the money I've done more than 3x, 300% right now. And it's just there. It's just there. So I can leave that money there for the next 5 years. So imagine $1,000 that has grown 300x, and in the next 5 years, imagine it doing a 1,000,000% or 10,000%. That is amazing. So that is how compounding works. So you want to understand it and also understand the kind of vehicles that does the multiplier for you. So how important is compounding, Mr. Maiwa? If you want, whenever you think of wealth, think of compounding. Write that down in your notes. Whenever you think of wealth, think of what? Compounding. Woo! Whenever you think of wealth, I tell you for free, think of what? Compounding. Hey, thank you so much for joining. Mr. Babatunde Adefioye. Thank you so much for joining. All the way from Kwara State. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome, sir. I appreciate. Andy, good to have you on. Tosin Adekoya. Good to have you on. Good to have you on, guys. I'm excited. I'm sure you guys are already learning. Fantastic. New Durham, good to have you on. Hey, Edward, it's been a while. How you doing? It's been a while. Andy. Good to see you. Good to have you on today. So, guys, whenever you think of wealth, think of compounding. See, the challenge is that everybody wants the end goal. Everybody wants the end goal. But I want to let you know today that it's not just all about the end goal. It's all about the process to the end goal. Oh, it's all about the process to the end goal. Yeah, it's all about the process to the end goal. So tell me quickly, Andy, how much do you want to be worth in the next 10 years? How much do you want to be worth at Tosin in the next 10 years? How much do you want to be worth, Mr. Babatunde? How much do you want to be worth, Ibukun? How much do you want to be worth, Afolabi? Let's do this together quickly. How much do you want to be worth? Let's do that quickly. In the next 10 years, when they mention your name, Andy, how much do you want to be worth? In the next 10 years, when they mention your name, Edward, how much do you want to be worth? In the next 10 years, when they mention your name, Tosin, you need to ask yourself, you need to say to yourself, how much do you want to be worth? So any amount you want to be worth, you can start the process now. Andy says $1 billion. Fantastic. Now, the end goal of your wealth is you want to have $1 billion. Ibukun says that he wants to be worth $2 million in the next 10 years. So now, remember I said wealth cannot be, anytime you think of wealth, I said you think of compounding. So the same way you are thinking of this 2 million, which is the end of the wealth you want to, which is one of the goals of the wealth you want to achieve, then the question is, what is the process? What is the compounding? What is the compounding that can move you from where you are to where you want to be? Amazing. Andy says he's now worth 400 million. Congratulations. So good. So you now start the process now. Everybody say, I'm starting now. I'm starting now. I'm starting now. Because as I share with you the components that you can use to do this compounding, you don't want to know it alone. You don't just want to hear it. You want to start doing it. You don't want to hear it alone. You want to start doing it. I am telling you, you want to start doing it intentionally. So we're going to take it further in this training because you want to start right now. So compounding. So the importance of compounding cannot be overstated. It is the driving force behind wealth accumulation, enabling even most investments to grow significantly over time. So whenever you think of wealth, think it as money times time times interest. Money, which is capital asset, times time times interest. That is what I give the word wealth as definition. So I ask myself, what type of asset can I put in money that I will give it time and I can allow it give me a good return? There's some investment today that will give you 2%. There's some investment today that will give you 10%. There's some investment today that will give you 5% every month. I'm going to show you a calculator later in this session that can allow you to do this projection with ease. So when you understand that compounding is a driving force, then you need begin to take action today. So it's compounding also plays as a crucial role in debt management. When you understand the mechanics of compounding, because I've seen people, because the same way it helps you grow wealth, if you are in debt, the same way it will also expand your debt. So it is either asset or debt times time times compounding. So if it is asset that you have, fantastic. But if it is debt that you have, I tell you, you don't want to be at that part. So when you understand compounding, you can actually manage your wealth, your debt conveniently. So one of the case studies I'll share with you today is a man called Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett is one of the most successful investors of our time, and exemplifies the power of compounding. Now, through his company, Berkshire Hathaway, started investing in stocks some years back. But guess what? Once he invests, he reinvests the interest consistently. I am telling you. So let's say he started buying Coca-Cola. Instead of him taking up his dividend every single month, he left it in, and it allowed it to grow over time. Now, this has allowed the company Hathaway to be able to build well over the long period of time. The last time I checked, Berkshire Hathaway has over 400 investments in different companies. Over 4, is it 400 or 4,000? I think it's 4,000 investment. I think it's 4,000. I can't remember the numbers right now. But I had to do a study, and I realized that he has so many investments around the world. Now, this approach has allowed his wealth to grow exponentially over decades, making him a strong advocate for long-term benefit and compounding. That is it. So let's get busy into it. The principle of compounding. Number one, interest basics. The first principle of compounding is that you want to know what interest will be on top of that asset. Either 2%, either 1%. You want to, at least that asset should give you minimum 1%. Minimum. Once it's not giving you any interest, you cannot use it as compounding. So at its core, compounding relies on the concept of earning interest on an asset or a previous earned interest. So this can be applied both to investment and also both to loan. But like I told you, I'm focusing on investment. I don't want to focus on loan, but I'm also going to talk about loan, because some people listening to me right now, their challenge is that they've collected, they are in several debts, they have a lot of loans they are servicing. Once you understand compounding, you will definitely do well with it. And that is why I cannot overemphasize this for you guys, that this is critical if you really want to become if you really want to achieve this goal. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. Okay, if you really want to achieve this goal. So let's get busy with it. The second principle for compounding, remember the first principle is what? Interest. Interest basic. Everybody type in interest, 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 interest. Interest. There must first be interest on it. There must first be interest on it. Type in interest, interest. The second point is compounding frequency. Compounding frequency. How often can I make this interest that I am expecting? How often? How often? Now, the frequency of this interest has to be compounded, either daily, either monthly, either quarterly, or yearly. So if I buy a car, for example, and I use it to run a business, it becomes an asset. To run a service, it becomes an asset. If I'm driving it alone, it's not an asset, it's a liability. So, but if it goes out and I use it for business, now I take that as an asset, then I expect the return every month. So let's say when they run the business, they're able to run it, let's say for a profit of an average of 100,000 or 200,000 naira, let's say 200,000 naira every single month. So as I make 200,000 naira every single month, I can choose to spend that 200,000 naira, or I choose to reinvest it. Now, when I reinvest it in that car, it makes a lot of sense as I expect more. So every single one I can say, okay, I invest minimum 200,000 naira. I'll just take the 150. I put it in the bank and I run it for the next 1 year. So the 50,000 naira on it becomes the management cost or the maintenance of the car. The 150,000 naira goes into a fixed deposits in the bank, in one of the microfinance bank. And I tell people, I'm not ashamed to let you know that some of the major banks in Nigeria or major banks around do not help investments, because their interest will be very low. But when you get a good microfinance bank who is willing to do business with you, you can now open such and begin to put such money there. Now, don't put that money under savings, because when you put it under savings, it will shave you. So savings is shavings. They will just be taken from you every single time. But when you open the bank, get to the bank, tell them you want to open a deposit account. Now, a deposit account will give you more interest than a savings account. So they can give you as much as 3%, 5%. All you need to do is to just keep increasing it. Now, once the money becomes 1.5 million, the next thing you say, okay, can you fund the car for me? I want to buy another car. Now, with you having 1.5 million, the bank can give you 3 million on it. That's 4.5 million. Then you buy the second car. Woo! We are there already. We are there. I don't even we are there already. Then you buy the second car. So when you collect the next interest, you are not spending. Now, once you start spending it, you are not leveraging on compounding again. And I've seen people in here in this same Lagos that have 4 cars, 5 cars. As a matter of fact, the guy that sells foodstuff that brings foodstuff to my house, as an Igbo man, he is into car business. So he's into car business, and the same thing, the same way he started with 1 car, now he has about 6 cars to himself, and he still sells his food items, still sells them. But he said, sir, I don't want to sit in my shop. I don't want to sit in my shop. So with the Uber, he drives with the car. He drives around to check all his stores. He has 4 stores in Lagos. He checks all his, and once he checks them and they are all good and he keeps record, he keeps driving around to take people. And he said he has been able to buy 4 to 6 cars. So you must understand the power of typing your name and typing wake up, 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 wake up. Typing your name and typing wake up. So as you make money, you must always ask yourself, how can I get interest on this money? How can I get interest on this asset? How can I get interest on this asset? Once the insets start coming, then you now ask yourself, how can I turn it into what? Compounding. So compounding frequency is the second principle that will help you under compounding. So number 1, interest, and number 2, frequency. Now, the next one I will share with you is the impact of compounding. The impact of compounding. You see, I became deliberate about compounding about 4 years ago, 5 years ago. And if I had started this at 30, it would have changed my life forever. Woo! Because by now, I cannot be less than $1 billion by now. But it's never too late. Because somebody said, Mr. Maiwa, I'm just getting to know this. I'm already 40. Mr. Man, I'm just getting to know this. I'm already 50. Mr. Man, I'm just getting to know this. I'm already close to 60. Now, one of the beauty about this is that you can buy time. Oh, who got that right there? Israel, did you got that? You can buy time. You want to find a way to buy time. Maybe I'll share more on that. Find a way to what? To buy time. So, what's the impact of compounding? Number one impact of compounding, we're going to talk about that in two ways. Okay, in two ways. The impact of compounding on investments and the impact on compounding on loans. The impact on compounding on investment, the impact on compounding on loans. So what's the impact on compounding on investment? When you want to have exponential increase, compounding will make it happen for you. You see, you cannot be a billionaire without leveraging on compounding. You can never. It is not a course. It is a pattern. Yeah. You can never be a billionaire without compounding. If you want to be a billionaire, you must study compounding. Take your time and study, understand it. So the impact on investment is that as you grow, as your investment grow over time, the return that you make on it is reinvested. Now, this is why you must know, or you must have a plan. Okay, you must have a plan. All the people I mentor in the wealth gate community, I have a community where I want to raise 1,000 billionaires in the next 10 years, and we've started that since last year. This year we made we have a 21 years old school guy that became a millionaire this year, and he's just 21 years old. He's already a millionaire. And I told him, I said, if you don't stop before you get to 30, you will be a billionaire. So it is all about the investment. It is also all about the plan. So what I see people do is that they invest, but they do not have an overall plan. So let's say, for example, you are investing in real estate. Now, you can be investing in real estate and you will not make all the money you want to make because you do not have a projected plan. So the impact on investment is that you want to ask yourself, in the next 10 years, Israel, how much do I want to be worth? So you start it from the end back. Don't start it from the front to the end. No, from the end back. All the systems I have built in my companies, they are always from the end back. So the concept is that I want to become a billionaire in dollars in the next 10 years. By the way, I want to have minimum 10. I want to have made tens of billions of dollars in the next 10 years. So I brought it down to where I am right now. And what I did was that I begin to ask myself, what are the processes? What are the patterns, the models that I can follow that can take me to that? And right now I am running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm running six different patterns that if I can run it from now till the next 10 years, I am guaranteed of millions of dollars, guaranteed, as I run it for the next 10 years. Why? Because you must be deliberate. And somebody say, Mr. Meyer, what of me that I've not even started at all? That is why this training is important for you. That is why this training is important for you. What about me that I have started, but I did not have a future plan? I didn't have a plan. I was just investing. Now, this is now the time to correct, to restructure your investment, to restructure, to ask yourself a series of questions. Why am I investing? What am I really after? So that you can now begin to look for the pattern that can give you that end result. Whew. What is the impact of debt? To the flip side right now, if you're not careful, compounding can also work against you in the context of debt. Because as you go into debt, the interest also increases. The same way the interest increases on investment. So when the loans are compounding, it's a lot. That is why I tell people, try your best to stay outside of loans. Instead, take loans that does not have interest and make the model open, that the people that that gave you the money can see what you're doing. There are several ways to handle debt, and this is not a session to train on debt, but maybe one of these days I will share more light on how to use debt. Basically, I think I got exposed to that about 4 years ago by a man that I love so much, that has helped my investment career. He has used debt to raise multiple figures of dollars in billions. Loans. Currently he has about over 30,000 apartments in the United States, if I'm right now. A lot of assets, but he used loan to generate everything. So there's a way to use loan, but you must be very, very deliberate, because loan or debt that is not managed well is a trap against your wealth. I'll say that again. Loan or debt that is not managed well is a trap against your what? Your wealth. So now that we have established what compounding, we've established several the impact, the principles, and all of that. I want you to know the strategies to maximize compounding. The strategies to maximize compounding. The number one strategy to maximize compounding is start early. Start early. See, time is the most powerful element in compounding. Time is the most powerful element in compounding. So what that means is that imagine your daughter or your son that is just 10 years old, and you are investing into Apple stocks for him right now. And he's begging you, Daddy, I want iPhone. You say, no, my son, you don't need an iPhone. You have an iPhone stocks. An iPhone stocks will buy you several phones when you are 18, when you should start buying phone. So instead of you using your money to buy a phone, by that time, your dividend on Apple investment can buy you a phone. And this is how you need to think. So imagine your parents were able to do that for you. You will have an amazing startup, great ground to start with. And that's why I tell people, if you think you don't need it because you are thinking your age is already 50, 60, what about doing it for that your son? What about doing it for that your daughter? That still has a lot of time right now. That still has a lot of time. And who says maybe 5 years down the line, the return can be so heavy that you too can enjoy from it. So start early. Because somebody saying, Mr. Mahewa, I didn't start when I'm young. Yes, give yourself a reason to start. Do it for your daughter. Oh, Mr. Mahewa, I'm not yet married. Do it for your unborn child. One of my mentors says that he had the name of his son, for 20 good years before the son eventually came. 20 good years. So he was writing his name every year. He was paying offering for his son. He says sometimes he even paid tithe for his son. But it took 20 years before the son came. Now, one of the things I learned from his story is that when the son eventually came, there was so much gift that came for that boy that the man did not use money to buy. That's what compounding is all about. Why? Investment. Start early. So let's put these two case studies together, Mr. A and Mr. B. So Mr. A is 20 years old and Mr. B is 20 years old, 25 years old. If Mr. A puts in £2,000 or $2,000 in an investment, and this investment, one at 20, one at 25, if they start the same fund with the same interest rate at 60, they would have made so much money. Like so much money. However, the person that started at 20 will make more money. I'm telling you, starting early is the best. So that is one of the major strategy. The second strategy that I will recommend, if you don't have time, are you with me, is to increase your contribution. Increase your contribution. Now that you have started investing, let's say you're doing land banking, for example, because you don't have much time, you increase. I was sharing in one of my training last week, Saturday, on the structure of incomes to build wealth, the structure for income to build wealth. And I was sharing with them, I said that it is 10, 10, 30, 50. 10, 10, 10, 10, 20, 30, 50. I said the first 10 is your tithe. For some of you who don't believe in tithe, no challenge. But for some of us that believe in tithe, we pay it. And I strongly recommend, if you just give it, because no matter how much you make, you must find a way to give out. Give it out. You can call it CSR, you can call it, and just make sure you give out your 10% out. The second part is for your emergency. Somebody, I need to get something quickly. Is for your emergency. Now, that can now go into your savings. So let's say your salary is $100. It means that $10 every single month for the rest of your life is for your emergency. As your capital increases, you will increase, obviously. Then the 30%, I said to them that they should use it as their investment. No investment. Then the 50% is what they should spend every month. The 50% is what they should spend every month. However, I said to them, if you don't have time, again, put your investment as 50% and put your monthly expenses at 30%. Now, somebody says, Mr. Mayowa, but 30% is not enough to take care of me in a month. Then that means you have to increase your income. Don't because of it. Because see, a lot of time when we make money, we take care of our past. A lot of time when we make money, we take care of our present. But I can tell you, there will be a time there will not be so much energy to work like this again. You have to plan for that time. And that is the time I'm talking about right now, where you can eat what you want and you're not waiting for your children. You're not waiting for your friends to send you money. Some people right now, one of their headache is the money they have to send to their parents every month. In as much that it's good to give money to your parents, some parents even now make it like you know, like strenuous. Sorry, yeah, that's what I'm looking for the children to meet up. The boy's salary is just 50,000 naira, and you're saying that the 10,000 naira is giving you is small. It means that there is no way the boy can cope because he's already giving you 20% of his salary. So, and there's a pressure. So you must now use that investment, to do what is right. So that is where you will use that to increase. You do well to increase your investment. For example, if you are already 40 and you are just starting, you don't have an excuse. It's 50% straight. Because you never did it when you were 30. You never did it when you were 20. But when you start at 40, I can guarantee you that if you put it in the right vehicles, you can meet up before you are 50 and you can resign before you are 50. By the time you are 50, you can resign. So you can increase your contribution. The third strategy is reinvest your return. Don't say, oh, as this asset is giving you return, I want to start spending. No, reinvest it. In the words of a man called Tony Robbins, one of the foremost personal development coach, he said, time and patience are the surest way to grow your investment. Time and patience. One of my students was talking to me 3 days ago. Since the market is red, some of my assets is down. I said, wait, are you trading or you are investing? So it means that if you are investing, you give it time. You don't see, imagine your goal is to plant a tree, and you put the tree in the ground, and every week you are going there, you are opening it, you are checking the seed, you're bringing it out, you are checking, you are digging, you are seeing. No, that's not how to invest. To invest means that, okay, I will put money here, come rain, come sun, for the next 5 years. That is what investment is. Not that 2 weeks you are checking, 1 week you are checking. That is not investment. That is like trading, which means that you have to periodically be checking. No, but if it is an investment, you buy, you get the asset, then you check periodically, not often. That is how it is. So reinvesting your return will help you as you earn dividends, as you earn interest, as you earn profits. Put it in again, let it do the compounding for you. That's the way to maximize it. And number 4, the way to maximize compounding is to choose your investment wisely. In the words of Peter Lynch says that investment is what you know, not what you hear. Invest in what you know, not what you hear. A lot of you have invested in what you hear, not what you know. Now, you don't entirely need to know everything, but you need to have a basic understanding. For example, about 3-4 years ago, somebody was sharing with me that he lost close to about 30 million in an investment in Port Harcourt, and that investment was to give him 30% monthly. I said, go and study patterns. If you cannot see 10 to 20 people succeed in a pattern over a long period of time, don't go after it. Any investment that is more than, if it is not the financial market where and it is investment to not trading, don't go and give your money to forex traders that are promising you 30%, 25%. Because if anything goes wrong, as a matter of fact, that guy did not collect one, he only collected one return. And by the time he collected one return, the next month, they said the business went, the account went south. So 30 million went all the way. So what I recommend you do is get a coach, get a mentor. Are you with me? Who has this understanding, this very good understanding, and can share with you what you can start doing. For example, I bought my first landed property at 26. And I didn't have a coach to keep telling me, Mayowa, keep buying. Keep buying. By the time I'm 36, I should have minimum 10 plots of land. But I was just buying because my mom told me to buy. You see that? But if I had a coach who tells me, Mayowa, at 36, you can actually be a millionaire. At 36, you can actually be a billionaire. All you need to do is every single month, be doing this, be doing this, be doing this. And when I came up, now some of the things you're investing in is $10, 15,000 naira monthly. And you give yourself time. You give yourself time. So you have to choose the investment rightly, do your research to be able to have the kind of return you want to, and you're good to go. So there are other tools that you want to use. Number one tool I will recommend is tools for compounding is compound interest calculator. I'm going to go there right. Let me see. Come on, guys. If I'm helping you today, come on, type in I'm helping. You are helping. Type that in. You are helping. What percentage will you advise to invest on a personal development and capacity? It depends on the level you are, Akim. If your level is, it depends. I will analyze that for you shortly. Good. So let's quickly go into an asset, how to use. No. Woo! Thank you. Somebody said, right on, you are helping. Thank you. So this is a platform I use for my compounding. This is the platform that I use for compounding. So I always ask myself, what are the solutions? So currently in our WellGate community, we have three solutions right now. And I told them, I said, let's take, for example, you're putting money in an asset class called Apple, for example. In an asset class called Apple. So let's say this is it. So let's say you are putting in $10 every month. Let me give you a good case study here. You are investing in, and monthly you can have a projected return of 5%, which a lot of time it gives more. Okay, I want to show you. I didn't open it before, so let me just let it load up so that you are not just sleeping. Come on, type in your name and type in stop sleeping. Stop sleeping. Stop sleeping. People are making money. Andy, Olawonyi John. Oh, you want us? Type in your name. Type in stop sleeping. Stop sleeping. So many people are making money with good systems, and you have to make money too. You have to make money too. Good money. So this, for example, now, let me use Apple. Because if I mention some assets that are too huge now, let's just use Apple. An average person use Apple. Good. So this is Apple, for example. This is monthly chart on Apple. Look at you. Some of you have been using Apple for the past 5 years, 10 years. An average return on Apple every month, on average return is 12, between 5 to 12% monthly, except the days that the market is coming down. So imagine 5 years ago, 2019, here, imagine 5 years ago, 2019, you started buying Apple. At that 5 years ago, you are putting in $10 every month. Let's do a proper compounding and say that at least on an average, you are doing 8% from Apple every month, and you give it 5 years. Now, see this now. Remember, if you only do this once and you are compounding, this is the frequency of your compounding. The frequency on your compounding, the frequency of your compounding is monthly because you are not removing your profit. If you remove your profit, then the compounding frequency is not there again. But right now we are adding compounding frequency, which means that you are not removing money once it grows. So let's now say, for example, you do that. You put in $10 today. Okay, with a compounding of 8 months for the next 5 years, your $10, Akim, your $10, John, will be $1,000 in 5 years. Answer me, is this a good investment or a bad investment? Yes or no? Oh, who is with me right there? Right there. Is this a good investment or a bad investment? Yes or no? See, you have $10. Do you know how many $10 you have spent in your life? Do you know how many 15,000? Some of you, once you go to the bar to enjoy yourself or club to enjoy yourself, you've already spent 100K, 50K, 200K. But upon all those frequent purchases, you do not have a stock that can multiply your money. Now, that is if you just put in $10 once. Let's now say you join a community like WorldGate, where you are being taught every single month what you should put your money in. You now join and you are putting in $10 every month. When you put in $10 every month and you do this for the next 10 years, for the next 5 years, don't remove it, just be putting it. That same money will grow in 5 years to 13,500. Oh, are you with me? So it means in 5 years, you have invested $600 in 5 years. But in 5 years, your $600 has grown to $13,000. That is what has happened here just 5 years ago. See how this guy has been going up. But you are not leveraging on it. Stop praying to be like Dangote. Stop praying to be like Warren Buffett. What are you doing to help your life that these people have done? So for the past 5 years, your $600, which you are doing every month, you are just deliberate. This is it. This is the calculator. It's called the calculatorsite.com/finance calculator, all of that. Then you see the compounding. This is it. So the question now is, can you raise $70 to $100 every month, where you can invest in about 7 different assets, and you can do that for the next 10 years? Mr. Mayowa, 10 years. Yes, last 10 years ago, you know where you were. If 10 years is not small, let's put in 10 years. It's not big. Put in 10 years. $10 every month. Let that go. Woo! Your 1,200 will give you $1.3 million every year, every 10 years. Look at 10 years ago. This is 2004, 2024. Look at 2014. This is 2014. This is 2000 and what? 24. Look at the uptrend. Look at the uptrend. Remember, you are not checking it every week. You are not checking it every day. Tunde, you are not checking it every day. Lucky. You are just putting it there. A drop of water, a drop of water, a drop of water. Part of that investment every single month. And you do it for the next. Now, imagine you now have this in 7 places. That is an average of $10 million. $10 million in Naira is 15 billion Naira. Sorry. 1 million is 1.5 billion. Yes, 10 million will be 15 billion. That's it. No, 150 billion, sorry. 150 billion. 150 billion. That's why sometimes I'm not far away from my calculator, because there are other things my head should be thinking. $10 million that's 15 billion. Fantastic. 15 billion Naira. This is how compounding works, guys. This is how compounding works. So you must now say to yourself, this is the tool I want to be using. So I use this tool, guys. Number 2, another tool that will help you for compounding is investment platforms. Investment platforms that are available that can give you good return. There are several that gives you automatic reinvestment on your earnings that you can use to maximize profit. There are platforms like that. Look for them. Another tool that will help you is educational materials, books. I read books. I pay for coaches. I have 3 coaches that coaches me. I have a business coach. I have a finance coach. I have a personal development coach. And I have a mentor. Coaches are different from mentors. Mentors are the people you talk to once in 3 months, not often. Coaches are people you talk to almost every 2 weeks or every month. That's how it is. You must separate them. Your coach will follow you up on your day-to-day growth. Your mentor will follow you up on your bigger picture, bigger plan. You must have such people. So these are tools that will help you. Buy books on investment. I have books on creating wealth creation blueprint. Some of you listening to me now, you've not bought that book. Buy it. A stockbroker expert was read that book and said, Mr. Mayowa, I have never seen it like this before. Go and buy that book. It will change your life forever. There's another book I'm working on. The training is out right now. It's a 3 hours, almost 2 hours training. Go and buy it. It's called the Financial Freedom System. All of these things, you can make it happen for yourself, but you need knowledge. These are tools that will help you. These are tools that will help you. So I would share with you 3 plans out of my 7 plans. Are you excited? Are you excited? I'll share to you 3 plans out of mine. So let's say Afolabi wants to make a billion naira, wants to be worth $1 billion in the next 10 years. One of the models you can use is to make sure you buy land. It's called land banking. It's called land banking. Type that down. Buy one land minimum every year that is worth 5 million. Minimum. If you cannot buy 5 million own, buy 500,000 own. Just buy land. But to meet up with 1 billion, you have to stretch to invest minimum 10 million every year on land. So do that for the next 10 years, Afolabi. So year 1, you buy 1 land banking. Year 2, you buy 1 land. Year 3, you buy the 3rd land. Year 4, you buy the 4th land. Year 5, you buy the 5th land. By the time, by the 10 years, you have invested 100 million in land banking. You have invested 100 million in land banking. That is your total amount. Any land that you buy, at the 10th year, will give you minimum 1,000%. So it means that the land you bought 10 million the first year, on that 10th year, it's worth 100 million. Oh, who is with me? That land will be worth 100 million at the 10th year. The next one will be around that range. On the 10th year, by the time you accumulate your assets, you see that your 100 million will be as close to 1 billion. That is how it is, because an average land grows by minimum 1,000%. There are some land that will give you 2,000%, 3,000%, but I just want to be conservative. So this is part of what I do for the people in our community. We have a community where I work with people every month to make sure they are deliberately putting their money into the right assets. So we have land banking. We have land in Mowe. We have land in Ekpe. We have land in, we are launching one in Ibadan next first week in September. The goal is that by 2035, if everybody on that platform should be a billionaire. Guys, it must be predictable. If your wealth creation vehicle is not predictable, you are not in the vehicle. Akim says 3.5 million in 2012 is now 170 million in 2024. That is what we are talking about. That is just 12 years ago. 3.5 million 12 years ago is worth 170. That's why I tell people that let's just be conservative. 3.5 million, 170 million. Type in your name again and type in wake up, wake up, wake up. If you are watching this later, put your hand on your head and say, Mayowa, wake up, wake up. Call your name. Call your name and say, wake up. So you have to look for patterns that can give you such return. The second model is stocks and crypto. Don't buy crypto as investment that way that people used to buy it. There are about 6 crypto that you can be buying every month for the next 10 years that will give you a return in dollars. None of them will give you less than 1,000%. I just gave you a case study. $1,200 in 10 years gave $1.3 million. That is times 10,000. That's times 10,000, not times 1, times 10,000. Because no, yes, times 10,000. Because 1,002 to 12,002 to 12,000, 12,000 to 120,000. That is is even more than. Are you seeing that? It's even more than. That's what we are talking about. So, but the question is, I have discovered that a lot of people want to be disciplined, but they are not consistent. That's why you have to build a system. Everybody write it down. Build a system. Build a system. See, build a system around your investment so that you will not just start and not finish. Going to gym every day is discipline. Having a coach to make sure you come is a system. Are you seeing that now? Waking up every morning 5:30 by yourself is discipline. Having an alarm to do bang, bang, bang every 5:30 a.m. is system. Until you make your finance structure around to have system, you will not be able to have a predictable future. Until you make your finance structure to have a system, you cannot have a predictable future. And you must have a predictable future. Don't say, I don't know how I got here. I don't know what happened. I don't know how. I don't know. Stop saying I don't know. It's because you did not ask questions. So put money. Put money. Put money. Are you ready for the third one? Agric. Agric. Look at, you buy land, you invest, for example, in cashew nuts, cashew tree, or cashew farm. You invest in cashew tree for 5 years. For 5 years. You invest in cashew tree for 5 years. Guess what? After 5 years, cashew tree will take care of you for the next 35 years. Oh! You see that? Cashew tree will take care of you for the next 35 years. Those are predictable patterns. I have a man who makes close to about 600 million naira yearly on cashew. Some make close to 1 billion from cashew. Some make over 200 million from palm kernel in a year. And they invested in it 8 years ago, 20 years ago. But he's still taking care of them today. So let me round up because I've shared with love with you. What are the action plan? Number 1, determine that you want to achieve. Determine that you want to become wealthy. First, determine that I will never be poor again. First, determine it that I will be wealthy. Number 2, determine what you want to achieve through compounding. Is it retirement you want to achieve? Is it wealth accumulation you want to achieve? Is it debt reduction you want to achieve? What do you want to achieve? I'm sure a lot of people listening to me is wealth accumulation. Once that is done, you now ask yourself, you now tell yourself, allocate a portion of your income to invest every month into a strategy, a compounding platform or strategy that can compound for you. I've just given you 3. I told you it's 9, it's 7 that I'm currently running 6, but it's 13 that I'm looking out for. 13. Wake up, wake up, wake up. So the next thing is apportion how much you want to be putting in. The next one is set up an automatic transfer of that investment every single month to ensure consistency. Next one is regularly review your investment. I check my investment every month. At the end of every month, when I'm putting new money, I check all my investments every month so that I can see if they are moving in alignment. Next one is continuously get education. Get a coach, get a mentor, get books. Invest in things that will help you to be able to get it done. And if you are not a member of WealthGate, I recommend you join WealthGate, because the goal is that I and my partners want to raise 1,000 billionaires in the next 10 years. Because when you belong to a community, when they are talking about opportunities, you're good to go. For example, the estate we want to launch in Ibadan goes for 2 million. But for the members of the community, they are paying ₦1 million per plot. But by the time the flyer goes out publicly, people are paying 2 million. But members of the community, they pay 1 million. Why? Because the goal is that everybody, we are looking at things people can buy very cheap, that in the next 10, 20 years, no, not cheap, sorry, very low, at low price, and they can sell at high price. So that's what we do in the WealthGate community. So if you are interested in joining the WealthGate community, I'll tell you to call the number on the screen so that they can help you get started immediately. Don't miss out in it. There's so much you can leverage on when you are in the right community. There's so much you can leverage on. This is very important if you want to scale up. I don't want you to keep struggling. Some of you, the money you have can never be enough. But if you start investing today, you'll be good to go. So understand, in conclusion, as I take questions, that the power of compounding is a critical component of financial literacy. Okay, so by being deliberate, mastering the principle and strategy for compounding and being consistent at it will make you to achieve your success, your targeted success. Remember, the earlier you start and the more disciplined you are, the greater your reward in compounding. Take action today. Buy that land, invest in stocks, invest in cryptocurrency, invest in business. Start, make that plan today. Get started. Some assets you can buy as low as $10 right now. Reach out to that number, chat up, I want to join WealthGate community. They will help you to join. You can join WealthGate community for free. You market the system, you make more money. You can join the premium, which is 50,000 naira per year. So if you pay 50,000 naira in a year, you will have access to all the assets and monthly training. Every month we train. Every month we train. Every single month we train. We share opportunities that can, distress opportunities where 5-10 people can put 5 million together, buy and sell off in the next 3 months to 6 months. Several opportunities are there in the community, and you don't want to miss out. So 50,000 naira, $50 will take care of your 1 year investment. Take action today. Okay, so let me take questions. So I recommend you join the WealthGate community. That's one thing I would recommend for all of you to do, because you just don't want to see, nobody becomes wealthy alone. That is why a lot of the wealthy people know themselves. Yeah, this is it. To raise 1,000 billionaires by 2035. WealthGate community. See, so it's available for you guys, and I'm sure I've been able to share deep knowledge with you. What will you say to my team, my Wolabi company? What will you say to us, guys? What will you say? Have we added to your life? Have we added to your life? Have we added to your life? So let's take questions. Let's take questions. Jide, have we added to your life? Tosin, have we added to your life? This is mind-blowing, Mr. Mayowa. Thank you so much, Tosin. Afolabi Victor, thank you, sir. Great. So let me take questions. Drop your questions. Can call the number on the screen to join the WealthGate community. To join WealthGate community, call the number on the screen. I'm interested in WealthGate. I'm interested in WealthGate. How many of you want me to work with you? Because I just don't want you to hear all of this now, and you are not taking action. You want Mr. Maiwa to work with you. Nothing much, just 50,000 naira for 1 year. Every month training, several opportunities. Imagine paying 5,000 naira for hearing from me every month. So imagine. So we give you access to the tools you should be buying for the next 10 years. We have done our research. It's the same thing I am doing. It's the same thing Mr. Mayowa is doing. You understand? It's the same thing I am doing. So it's not something different. Yes, it's not something different at all. So that's the WealthGate lady, the person in charge of WealthGate. So let me take your questions. If there's any question, I want you guys to talk to me. I want you guys to talk to me. So Hakim says, what percentage will you advise to invest on personal development and capacity? It depends. I would recommend you do minimum 5%. Minimum 5%, because is investing in personal development and capacity is the one that will powers a lot of things that you are not doing. Okay. Akim says, sir, do you compound interest on crypto asset investment? Yes, we have 6 crypto assets that we buy that you too can start buying when you join the crypto community, the WealthGate community. You buy for the next 10 years. And the beauty is that somebody is following up on you. So you are not alone. Any month you don't do it, somebody follows up. Hello, Mr. Akim, you've not done this. You need to do this. Somebody follows up on you. So it's not just joining. No, it's a place where you get follow up. every month. Andy says, how can diaspora followers benefit? Wow, so much, Andy. So much, Andy. There's so much you can benefit, both in land banking, both in crypto assets, both in agriculture. So much you can benefit. So much, so much, so much. You know, the last time I went to Ghana, I went to some of the farms in Ghana. There are some amazing agricultural benefits in Ghana that you will naturally not see in most parts of Africa. You see, I strongly believe that 10 million, 5 million, 20 million in some of these agricultural assets or commodities can pay you for the rest of your life once they mature. The same way with crypto assets, the same way with stocks, the same way with land banking. So, Andy, there's so much. Reach out to the number on the screen, get started, register, join the next meeting. In the next meeting, I will answer your question. I'll share a lot of things and how you can start immediately. Is that clear, Andy? So we have people in Canada, we have people in UK that are members of the World Gate community. Okay. Thank you, sir. John Akim says, Eshe Pupo, sir, and your team. You're welcome, sir. Sanusi, thanks. Yes, yeah, fantastic. Tosin says, please, sir, how do I start my investment journey from the level I am now? My income could hardly take me home. My income could hardly take care of my bills and the loans I service. Please advise. So number one, I will recommend you, do you work or you do business? I recommend you work on increasing your income. You need to work on increasing your income. You see, yes, you need to work on increasing your income. So if you do business, what I'll tell you to do is to get a coach that can stretch you on how to make more money. But if you work 9 to 5, then I'll tell you to increase your skills so that you can get a bigger salary. Increase your skills so that you can get a bigger salary. Once that is done, you're good, because you have to move. Imagine you want to be investing 15,000 naira monthly and your salary is 100,000 naira and you have a lot of bills you're already paying. You can't do it. So what you want to do is, and some of us, let me also let you know, some of us, we are not managing our money well. That's the challenge. Every month I check my transfers. Some of you don't check your transfer. That is what is called taking responsibility of your finances. Every single month, check where you are transferring to. Check where you are not meant to send money to, that you are sending money to. You see, by the time you check what you are spending every month, you'll be able to see where you are investing in. Some of you, you are investing in data too much. You are investing in credits, units, phone units too much. Some of you, you are spending too much on groceries. Some of you are spending too much on fast food. Right now, for a long time now, I don't eat outside. The only reason why we make me eat outside is like once or twice every month, I have an outing with my family. That's why I take them out and we go eat well. But some of you want to eat this afternoon is eatery. Tomorrow, eatery. Next tomorrow, eatery. And you're spending too much, whereas you can prepare decent food for yourself from home and you can cut costs. Some of you, you are guys and you are just thinking you can keep spending that way. If you check your bank statement, you will see that you have eaten a lot of lands in your tummy. Land banking is in your tummy. You are eating your future. So you have to become deliberate. These are the things I teach the people in the World Gate community. You have to check it every single month. Question where your money is going to. Somebody once asked me, he said, Mr. Mayowa, somebody, he asked me as a question. He said, since you can afford to give somebody 5,000 naira, why are you asking what the person will use the 5,000 naira for? I said, no. If the person is asking me money, I have the right to know what the person wants to use it for. For example, some days ago, my daughter said she wants to eat shawarma. And I said, well, you want to eat shawarma? I said, good. I don't want to give you this money free. I said, quote 10 scriptures. If you quote 10 Bible scriptures, I'll buy you shawarma. And that first night, she could not quote it. I said, once you are ready, do me 10 scriptures and I'll give you one shawarma. Yes. But some of you, even to your children, the way they request, you just give them. Whereas before you collected it, you do email marketing, you do advert, you share flyer, you do this thing, you submit proposal, you do everything before you make that money. But you are giving it out without questioning and what? Making other people do effort to get it from you. You are not Father Christmas and you are not El Shaddai. You have to be deliberate about your finance to be able to get what you want. And I know you can be deliberate. You can be deliberate. And that is why you need somebody who can be talking to your life, who can be talking to your ear to be able to live below your means and not above your means. Okay. Whew. Okay, so Tosi says I'm into business. So if you're into business, I recommend that you join the training I'm having this month, 12 ways to make money from what you do. Sometimes you just need to expand the way you are making money. Sometimes you just need to expand the way you are making money. So for example, if you are into buying and selling, you want to find a way to add other things, but not changing the business. For example now, I'm a finance coach. I've written 14 books now. So if anybody is paying for my service, I will also tell them to buy my books. So as I'm rendering service, I'm also giving product to buy. So you must understand that there are 12 ways to make money from what you do. So Tosi, I will recommend, call the number on that screen, tell them you want to join that training. In that training, I'll teach you how to increase your income. So when you increase your income, you'll be good to go. By the way, that training is 70,000 naira, okay? But you can pay 20,000 naira, okay? It's a 3 days boot camp. It's a virtual boot camp. It's not free. I'll teach 12 ways to make money with whatsoever you know how to do. 12 ways. So when you have different ways, if they are not buying this, they will buy this. But you are not that you are selling real estate. You are selling. You are into real estate. You are now you are just selling different. No, in that same real estate, there are 12 ways to make money from it. That same barbing that you are doing, there are 12 ways to make money from it. That same give me skills, any skill, anything you know how to do, there are 12 ways to make money from. So I will teach you on the 27th, on the 28th, and on the 29th. It's a 3 days boot camp, 7 p.m. every day. I will teach you this. Once you go through that thing, now implement it, make more money, then you can now increase, you can now start investing. So you pay 20,000 naira. Call the number on the screen. You will get that. Ola Oluwatoke, what about people already joined the crypto group? Did they have access to WorldGate community? The crypto group, what we do in crypto group is we invest in cryptocurrency. What we do in WorldGate is that we invest in diverse vehicles. So it's not the same, Madam Toke. Madam Toke, how are you doing? I've missed your voice. Call me after this training in the next 20 minutes. I've missed your voice. Call me. Let's talk. So the crypto is you are investing in crypto, but if you want to join WorldGate, is assets, not only cryptocurrency. You invest in real estate, you invest in agri, you invest in diverse assets that can give you the kind of return that you are targeting. Okay, have I done well for you today? Can we call it a day today? Good, 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 good. By the way, everybody should click on the like button and share. Share, 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 share. I want to see you share. Okay, share, share, share. Claire, that's the best that's the best thing you can do for me. The best thing you can do for us is to share this video. Help somebody, help a friend, help an enemy. Just help somebody outside there that they have access to this reality. That's the best thing you can do for us. You know, this is given to you on a platter of free access instead of you paying $197. You got it. Yeah, so the best you can do is to copy the link and share. So please share. So let's take the likes. Let's take the likes to 20 quickly. Let's take the likes to 20. Everybody, click on the like. That's the least you can do for us, guys. That's the least. I need to see your likes right there. Thank you. Woohoo! Yeah, that's it. Click on the like button. Click on it, click on it, click on it, click on it. That's the least you can do. Click on it. Thank you. Click on it. Let the numbers increase. Because you see, you just have to encourage us. We're not, yeah, encourage us. Yeah, that's it. Okay, guys, that'll be all for today. My name is Mayowa Owolabi, and I look forward to your success. I trust God that as you put to work all of these things that we're teaching you, you have the desired result that you want. Don't forget to join WorldGate community. Call the number on the screen right there, WhatsApp, so that you can get started. I look forward to your success. I'll see you next month at the next Money Matters Masterclass September edition, where we share another deep knowledge. Till then, have an amazing evening. My name is Mayowa Owolabi. Peace out, and I'll talk to you soon.